The price had gone up by 15% in less than 6 months. And comrades, that situation is not going to get any better. As has been said, the global environment is hostile. Transportation costs, shipping costs are gone through the roof, especially from the Far East. Oil prices are high and other commodities are also high. So Jamaica is facing a serious crisis. We have been calling for the government to change tack. Instead of seeking only to balance the books, this is a time when you have to balance people's lives. We are all committed to achieving our fiscal goals, to reducing our public debt, to achieving those targets. But when you have a crisis like this, which has dislocated the economy, dislocated so many people's lives, where people can't afford to live, you have to do something as a government. They came with a supplementary budget with something, but I don't believe it is sufficient. I don't think it is going to answer the needs of the people. And I believe the time has come for the government to do much more to protect the vulnerable people of this country from suffering. Comrades, we know that this is a country which has great inequality. Sometimes they say there are two Jamaicas. The Jamaica for those who are politically connected, and those who are well off, and the Jamaica for those who are not. And we have seen it playing out. Seen it in the way the Disaster Risk Management Act orders are enforced. We've seen what I consider to be violations of the rights of our citizens. When they amended the Disaster Risk Management Act earlier this year, I warned the country that they were giving the power to the Prime Minister to make criminal law on his own, where he can sign an order and the act as amended makes breach of that order a criminal offense. He does not need Parliament's approval. We were told, don't worry, there's going to be a ticketing system and the fines would be modest and nobody would have to go to court. Well, here we are in October and there's no ticketing system and people are being fined. People are being fined $200,000 for not wearing a mask. $200,000. In St. Thomas, one of the poorest parishes, people have to borrow money to try to pay that fine. And some who can't pay it ending up being held in the jails for up to 30 days. Comrades, that is the wickedest thing. That could never happen under a PNP government. Never. And we see the girl, the young lady, Nzinga King, trim. She have her locks from birth, trimmed in a police station. And now, nothing come out of it. Months have passed, no justice. Comrades, when you have situations like that, where a person's rights are violated, and it strikes the heart of the nation, and makes people feel outraged, think the wheels of justice must turn quickly. People must see that the state is doing what has to be done with alacrity to find out what really happened and to ensure that there is accountability for that conduct. Comrades, the crime situation in the country is worse than ever. Murders are up 10% this year. We know in this constituency what that is like. But it's not limited to this constituency. It's all over the country. Between COVID and crime, people are dying in droves in this country. And the government has no solution. Poor Horace Chang, the minister, he has nothing to offer us as a solution. When he speaks, it's very difficult to hear what he says. But the truth is, nothing is being done to address the problem. And we have always said a balanced solution is essential. You can't just fight crime by harsh measures and taking away a person's rights through states of emergency, ZOZOs and so on. You have to get to the root cause of crime. You have to get into the communities. You have to have your violence interrupters. You have to empower them to nip things in the bud before they spiral out of control. We understood that when we set up the Peace Management Initiative, and they have denuded that program and defunded that program. So it's hardly functioning again, and crime is out of control. Unite for Change. We were seeking to empower young people who needed assistance to get their life onto the right path, and bringing all stakeholders together to support that program. When they came into office in 2016, they abandoned it, and they haven't replaced it with anything. So, comrades, we have a country that is going down, down, down. Between poverty, between crime, between COVID, and between corruption, the people of this country are getting sick and tired of the government of the Jamaica Labour Party, led by Andrew Holness. Comrades, the next PNP government is going to address the crucial issues of our time. We're not going to be messing about. We know what the issues are, and we're going to focus on them, and we're going to bring lasting solutions. I'm not saying we'll be able to solve them overnight, but we're going to have programs that are tackling the real issues of our time. Inner city housing and rural poverty. The education system, which is so imbalanced and unfair, where children from so many schools are not performing at the levels they need to be. We need to level up the standards. Rural agriculture, especially for small farmers, empowering them and supporting them so they can produce. And comrades, the crime problem. We must have a national program to deal with unattached youth, so-called youth them who need they need investment. They may have gone through school and not achieved, but they are still with us, and we must help them to get onto the right path to constructive citizenship and stay away from badness and gunmanship. Comrades, the People's National Party is going to be tackling those issues. We put people first. We put people in the center of our policies. The government is clueless. The government has been losing popularity. We have been through our internal issues, but we are going to get past that. I'm not even talking about unity. It's action we're dealing with. We're all working together, and we're moving in a common direction for a common cause. The Jamaican people lead us. The Jamaican people need us, and we must not let them down. Comrades, it has been a wonderful conference. First time we're having a conference like this. Normally in here blocked, out there blocked. No, we haven't been able to do that. Most of our participants are online. But I want to thank everybody who has joined. I want to thank everybody for participating. Comrades, I feel optimistic. I feel that the party is coming together. I feel that we're going to, the Policy and Visioning Committee I've set up under Professor Tony Bogues is going to deliver for us a clear direction in terms of what the philosophy of the party is and what it means and what programs and policies flow from that in the third decade of the 21st century. And we will know where we're going as we did before. Comrades, the word is love.